Here in Hawaii, the spine-chilling legend has echoed through time, defying the boundaries of culture and belief. For centuries, the dreaded Huaka'i pole have haunted the islands, marching through the darkest hours, leaving fear in their wake. This is the tale of the legendary night marchers. Beyond the cool waters and trade winds of our idealistic paradise is the thin veil that separates our world from the place where the shadows talk back. Welcome to Hawaii's most haunted. Imagine it's late at night and you're on the beach, shore fishing with some friends. The cold water splashes over your ankles as you throw your line out as far as you can. You place your fishing pole in the sand spike, hang your bell on the rod, and then you kick back with the guys, talking story around a small campfire. Suddenly, you hear what sounds like drums. At first, you think it's the surf pounding on the sand, making you imagine things. But then the beats become louder and more rhythmic. Then you hear the sound of the poo calling out a warning. The smell of sulfur drifts past you on the wind. And as you look inland, you see a line of torches coming down the mountainside. Hundreds of spectral warriors relentlessly marching forward in an eerie, ghostly procession. You know who they are. There's no time to run, so all you can do is lay flat on the ground, face down. You cover your head and close your eyes and pray that the night marchers pass you by. The oral tradition of the much feared night marchers have survived countless generations by being passed down from mouth to ear, and then by the art of writing and documentation. Their tales have survived the influx of missionaries and different cultures. Their stories have spread through hushed whispers during late night storytelling around the dinner table. The late night trek of the Huaka'i pole has been witnessed by both Hawaiians and non-Hawaiians, all from different walks of life. To these people, these witnesses, the night marchers are real. The sight of torches, the sound of the drums and stomping, and the feeling of terror are all very real to them. The night marchers hold us in rapt attention as their deeds are recounted over and over again throughout the years. However, the question always becomes, who are the night marchers? In ancient Hawaiian culture, ali'i of the highest rank were considered so sacred that all who came into their presence must prostrate themselves. Their mana, their spiritual energy, was greater than commoners, and even that of many other ali'i. They were called pi'o, or ni'au pi'o, the most sacred, and they carried the status of kapu moi and would not usually go ahead or abroad by day. Hawaiians believed that the aka, a person's shadow, contained some of his mana. No common person dared commit the offense of allowing his lesser shadow to fall upon his sacred ali'i, lest death be the payment. Additionally, an ali'i of such high status could not allow his shadow to fall upon any person of lesser rank, for the powerful mana of the kapu ali'i may harm or destroy that person. The chief who had this kapu moi would mainly travel at night to avoid encountering people who were merely going about their daily routines and to refrain from causing undue interruptions. If he did travel in the daylight, a man walked before him calling out, "Kapu moi," to warn all the people nearby to prostrate themselves and remain so until the entire procession had passed. The rules of being in their presence were such that breaking of any of the kapu, even unwittingly, meant certain death. It is the apparitions of ali'i, along with their warriors and attendants, that seem to be most commonly seen marching in the night. Hence the rule that you must lay down and not look, lest you be killed, and the marchers take your spirit with them. If you are in the way of the Huaka'i pole, you should run. If it's too late to run, you must lay prone, cover your head, and shut your eyes tight. If you know it, it would be helpful to chant your lineage, your mo'oku auhau, and pray that an ancestor walks among the dead who can speak for you. If you have no one there among the ranks willing to claim na'u, your life may be forfeit. Na'u is the Hawaiian term for mine that an ancestor would announce if they recognize you. With no ancestor to save you, then you may hear the call of Oya. That is the order to let him be pierced. If you do not know the lineage of your ancestors, it is said that your next hope is to strip off all your clothing and lay flat on your back to convince those in the procession that you are mad and therefore have pity for you and leave you intact. One would hear cries in the procession of "Sa!" shame as they passed. Some kupuna even say you should remove your clothing and rub mimi or urine on your body so that you may repulse the Huaka'i pole. It is the general attitude among many native Hawaiians that the night marchers themselves are not malevolent. They are not evil spirits bent on searching for and causing trouble to unwary victims. Instead, they are the spirits of warriors, chiefs, and gods who are continuing in death their tasks held in life. Observers are injured or killed by violating the kapu of the ghostly processions. He pokane keia, he ma'au nei na eepa o kapo. This is the night of Kane, for supernatural beings are wandering about in the dark. The Huaka'i po are often seen on certain moon phases, with po kane being the most common. The night of Kane is the 27th moon phase, a waning crescent moon that casts no shadows. It is on this night that Hawaiians believe that ghosts, demigods, and other beings wander this mortal realm. However, don't think you're in the clear if you avoid going anywhere on po kane, because there are other moon phases in which the oi'o travel. It is also said that the night marchers appear to accept a chief or a warrior or a family member into their march upon that person's death. This means that they can appear during the night or the day. Witnesses have claimed to see figures of people dressed in modern-style clothing within the processions. Other ghostly processions include the March of the Aumakua, our spiritual ancestors. They are the god spirits of those who passed, watching over us who are still living. The Aumakua may join a procession of ali'i, but they also marched in their own procession, and music and chanting were included. They carried torches made of kukui nuts, which burned brightly, even on a rainy night. The Aumakua were not confined to the night and may be seen during the day, followed by whirlwinds, one after the other, in columns. Na'akua, Hawaii's pantheon of gods, had their own procession as well. On specific nights, the March of the Gods was much longer than any of the other processions mentioned thus far. Their torches burned a brilliant red, and their march was more sacred than that of the chiefs or the Aumakua. The only music to be heard on the marches of the gods was the chanting of their names and their mighty deeds. The sign that accompanied them was a heavy downpour of rain, with mist, thunder, and lightning, or heavy seas. Their route the next day would be strewn about with broken boughs or leaves, for the heads of the gods were sacred, and nothing should be suspended above them. observed by Hawaiians and non-Hawaiians alike, seen by children and adults, witnessed by both daydreamers and the most level-headed professionals. The legend of the night marchers has lasted for ages. People still claim to see them, even during these modern times. To learn more about these ghostly processions, check out our book, Hawaii's Night Marchers, The History of the Huaka'i, available on Amazon.